Hi, everyone. So this semester, I was placed in a special ed pre-K classroom for the first half of the semester. And then the second half of the semester, I went to a general education first grade classroom on Long Island. So the five greatest things that have had an impact on me as an educational professional this semester have been my cooperating teachers working directly with curriculum, my formal lesson plan, reviewing and incorporating feedback, and my students. So, in both of my placements, I formed really great relationships with both of my cooperating teachers, which really helped me feel very comfortable to ask them for help and ask questions about anything from assignments to how to deal with certain behaviors in the class or just questions about actual teaching of lessons. And through both of them, I learned a lot of new classroom management strategies, teaching strategies, planning methods, and all that. Especially in my special ed pre-K placement, I learned a lot of really useful classroom management strategies for young students, which I know will stick with me in my future as a teacher. Something else that I got to do this semester that I found to be really impactful is working directly with curriculum. So before student teaching, most of my teaching experience was as an assistant teacher at a private daycare. And we didn't really get to ever like use actual curriculum and lesson plan based on that. So I didn't have any experience like working directly with that. But this semester, obviously, through lesson planning in both of my placements, I was really able to gain a lot of experience using curriculums like Foundations and Heggerty, which I thought was really helpful to actually see that in motion and not just know that one day I will be teaching using curriculum, but to actually do it now. So the next thing is the formal lesson plan we did this semester. I found it really helpful to see my lesson plan actually being taught because I think, as I've said, like I didn't really have the opportunity to do that in my last job. And I think in previous classes at Toro, you do a lot of lesson planning, but you don't actually necessarily teach it to a class and then see the impact of it, like as the semester goes on. So I found that to be really impactful. And I think it also taught me a lot about self-reflection and the importance of each part of the lesson plan and how you really need to pay attention to little details about all of these different things in the lesson plan, like assessment, differentiation, all that. So I thought that was really impactful to actually plan a lesson and then teach it and see the results of it. So my next thing is reviewing and incorporating feedback. I found that receiving feedback from my cooperating teacher and professor was extremely impactful. And one thing that I really appreciated about receiving feedback is seeing how it connects with my own self-reflections and to see that the areas that I think I'm really doing well in and the areas that I need improvement in align with what my cooperating teachers and our professor has said, which I think for the most part it has. So that was helpful to see. And another thing about receiving feedback is that I found that it's so important not to just receive and accept this feedback, but to actually incorporate the feedback and use it to like benefit my teaching and adjust how I'm teaching my lessons and things like that. And then my last thing is that all of my students really impacted me this semester and my educational career. I created bonds with each and every one of my students, and a major part of my teaching philosophy that I've always believed in is treating every student as an individual and forming unique connections with every student to really gain their respect and just like show them compassion in the classroom. And I think that can really benefit their learning overall. So I think they really did have probably the biggest impact on my teaching this semester. So that is all. Thank you for listening.